Hi, friends. Today we're going to continue talking about small moment narratives and continuing our small moment writing that you've been working on since Monday. So, Monday, you focused on the beginning of your story, making sure that your reader knew who was there, what was going on, and they have enough information to kind of get the gist and understand where am I, what's going on, so that the rest of the story makes sense to them. And then yesterday, you started working on unfolding all of those events and telling what happened first, then what happened next, until you get to that big moment and then you stopped. And I saw a lot of really good work and kind of antagonizing your reader and making them excited to read the next part and kind of anticipating what's going to happen next. And that's something a great writer does. So I'm really proud of the work that I've seen so far. So we're going to revisit my story about falling off of my bike and getting really hurt. So I'm going to reread what I have so far, and then we're going to talk about what my next steps need to be. So starting at the top. The sun was beaming on my yellow bike as I heard my brother and his friends yell at me to catch up. We were riding bikes down the biggest hill in the neighborhood. The boys had been teasing me all day that I wasn't as good of a bike rider. I was going to prove them wrong today. All four of us rode our bikes up to the top of the biggest hill in the neighborhood. We all turned our bikes around and looked at the hill ahead. It looked like a straight drop. First, my brother, the courageous one, leapt onto his pedals and pushed himself down the hill. It looked like he was riding 100 miles per hour. As soon as he was gone, the other boys turned to me and started pointing. "You'll never do it, Stacy. You're a chicken." But when they said that, it made my face turn bright red because I was upset. But I wasn't going to let them stop me. I jumped on my pedals and flew down the hill. I had to be going faster than my brother. It was not long before the front wheel of my bike hit the ramp. Okay, now I've told all of those events that are leading up to my big moment. And my big moment is when I went off the ramp and I did not land on the wheels. I landed on my stomach. Okay, I flew off of my bike. So I've told all of the events leading up to that. So I need to figure out a way to show my readers how that happened. Well, it wasn't long before my front wheel of my bike hit the ramp. So right after my bike hit the ramp, I flew up in the air. And I mean, when I say I flew, I think I probably was up like at least 6 feet in the air. So I'm going to tell my reader that so they can visualize it. It's all about including those details so that your reader can see what you're talking about. So it wasn't long before the front wheel of my bike hit the ramp. I flew into the air. I'm going to go back. Actually, I think of a better way. As I rode over the ramp, my bike flew so high in the air, I thought I could touch the sky. I think I'm going to keep it that way because that gives the reader, like, obviously I wasn't about to touch the sky, but it really helps my reader know and understand I was so high in the air. And that's part of the reason it hurt so bad. So I want to include that. So as I rode over the ramp, my bike flew so high in the air, I thought I could touch the sky. I was sure that I would land and show those boys who were teasing me that I was a good bike rider, just like them. Okay, and by saying that, I think I'm giving my reader a little bit of insight of what was going on in my mind when this was happening. So that's always a good thing to include what I was thinking or what you were thinking and what your feelings and thoughts were. I was a good bike rider just like them. All of a sudden, now this is my big moment, all of a sudden, dot, 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 boom, I did not land on the wheels. I landed smack dab on my face. I could feel the blood coming out of my knees and my nose. Okay, now that's all I'm gonna do. And the reason why is because that is my big moment. That's my exciting part. That's my twist. Remember we talked about beginning, middle, twist, end. This is my twist. The twist is I went over the ramp, I fell and hurt myself really bad. It was really bloody. And then I'm going to stop, okay? Because the next parts are how that story was solved, how that challenge was solved, how that problem was solved. After I got hurt, we're going to learn about what I did next. But for now, we're just going to focus on that twist. So I rode over the ramp. My bike flew so high in the air I thought I could touch the sky, giving some details so my reader understands. I thought I was sure I would land and show those boys who were teasing me that I was a good bike rider just like them, giving some insight about what I was thinking in that moment so my reader can really feel like they were there. All of a sudden, boom! That boom really helps my reader be like, and it helps them know I'm about to find out what happened. Did she land or did she not land? Did she land? Did she get hurt? Did she show those boys or did she make a fool out of herself, right? So I'm giving my reader that anticipation and excitement. I did not land on the wheels. I landed smack dab on my face. I could feel the blood coming out of my knees and nose. Okay, so do you see how I've given a whole lot of detail? I've taken that one moment when I really hurt myself flying off of that ramp, and I've stretched it into 3, 4, even 5 sentences by using, lots and lots and lots of detail. That's the kind of work I want you to continue doing in your small moment writing today. So as you're continuing writing your story and you're thinking about what that big moment is and you're thinking about how you're going to tell that big moment, think about how you can stretch that out and give me lots of detail so that it feels like I'm right there with you when I read. Good luck, guys.